Howdy y'all, I'm Lex Lives. I think it's time we play a little Minecraft. Alright. So, don't let that get away. So I did not look at any kind of patch notes. I know that I just patched to the newest snapshot. Maybe I should take a look at the patch notes in case there's something special. What do you think? Something special? I don't think there's gonna be anything special. Just let me look real quick, all right? Just give me a second here. If I was good at this, I would have done it ahead of time, but you know me. All right. So I don't want to build up too much more on this because I think I want to add another like a darker ring of cement around this. So let me go look at my color wall so that I can decide what I want. Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe they don't have the one for today on here yet. Oh, they do. It's right here. Boop. All recipe unlock advancements now have a parent. Yeah, that's nothing for me. That's nothing for me. Nothing for me. Can't feed cookies to tamed parrots. Feeding parrot a cookie does not count as killing. Ladders only go on adjacent block. Feeding seeds to tame parrots additionally makes them sit down, stand up. These are things they fixed. So, yeah, nothing. Okay, so what color do I want to go with? Okay, what color is this? This is this over here. I don't think I want it to be that one. I think that one's too dark. I think I might go with cyan. Cyan. I've told that story before. All right. Yeah, we didn't. What do I normally talk about on here? I'm trying to think. We didn't play D&D this week because this is our off week, and so we've been playing Exile, Path to Exile, which is free MMO. Where are my cacti? Cacti, no. Cacti, no. Cacti, no. Cacti? No. Fine, I will go harvest some more cacti. So that's what we did this week was... Ow. Oh man, what was I playing? It was so funny. I was playing modded Minecraft. That's what. Oh, modded Minecraft. What are you trying to do, dude? You gotta put seeds down. Sheesh. Bloop bloop. And some Infitech is what I was playing. And they have steam pipes in that, and I totally killed myself touching steam pipes. I was trying to get something done, and I wasn't paying attention to my health, and because the armor I wear makes me like nigh invincible most of the time. Not that time. That time I got hurt bad, dead. And then had to work my way back through the steam pipes to get my gear back. Which, luckily for me, it had It had gravestones in it, and so um, so my stuff didn't burn up. It just turned into gravestones. Okay, now let's go check out how this looks. Well, I also have to decide where I want to put it. I'm trying to make this look very, I don't know, office-like. I feel very industrial, you know. And the other one was kind of a little more special. But this one, I think, do I want to go 4 high with it? Could do that. 1, 2, 3. And like run it around here. I wasn't fast enough. Wasn't fast enough. Apparently I'm not fast enough to do that. I can do it with torches sometimes, but it's not happening with this. Nope. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not even going to try this time. Oh yeah, I better grab these. I don't want them to fade away on me. I guess that'll work. It's a little higher than I wanted it, but it's probably better that than tear out an entire row all the way around of my, whoops, my place here. Yeah, I have really been enjoying the D&D stuff. When I enjoy it. Some weeks they do things, you know, but I know like Tuesday night, I was getting irritated. The Tuesday night game I play, the guy that DMs it, he's always changing the rules. It drives me crazy, and he's always changing the rules. And so I can never tell what's going to work and what isn't because every time I go to do something, the way it worked before suddenly doesn't work anymore. And or it worked for other people, it just doesn't work for me. And and uh, uh, and then he really irritates me because he'll say things like, "Well, you see, I can't do it that way for your character because I'm trying to follow the rules." And then someone else will do something. I'm like, you just told me I couldn't do that because we're going to use a homebrew rule for this. I'm like, okay, but you just didn't let me do that thing because we're going to follow the rules. And then I know like he uh, we do a lot of playing with if you're going to DM, then your character plays as well. And so his character, he rolled him up with a variant feat that he didn't tell anybody that we could use. And so his guy started off with a feat. I wouldn't trade out my guys the way they are anyways at the moment for a feat. But it would have been nice to know going in that I could have chosen the variant human because I thought we were following the basic rules he said. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And but so Tuesday night we're playing and we're going along and he wanted 4 people for this campaign and didn't find 4 people. And so I told him I would run 2 characters. I didn't have a problem with that. if he was okay with that. And so he didn't want to run two characters and everything else. And the other guy playing with us is brand new to the game, so he didn't want to overwhelm him with too many characters. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not that big a deal because we're playing over the computer. I can just run everything on my computer. I've got two monitors, and so it's not an issue for me to have multiple character sheets open and stuff like that. So not a big deal. And so I feel like I lost my die. There it is. Oh, that's the wrong color. That's the correct color. And so we're going along, and I just made a comment the other day about how I have never long jumped ever in the game, and I thought that was funny because there are like feats on how to improve it and stuff like that. And so we get going, and uh, and I'm like, one of my guys sprung a trap, and so oh look, I got 6 cactus green right there and some cyan dye right there. Uh, and so I'm like, all right, all right. So I sprung the trap, and he has me roll for my character that sprung the trap. Sure, I mean that makes sense. Got to see if I can dodge out of the way, and I did easily. It was my rogue accidentally sprung the trap. Not accidentally, I didn't check for traps in the hallway, and there was a pit trap, and so obviously I fell through the pit trap. But I rolled really good on my check, because you roll dice and then check it against whatever the DM decides you're checking it against. Who knows what he was checking it against, because he does weird things. And so my guy makes it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, your guy easily jumps the correct way because of how high I rolled on the. I think I rolled a natural 20, which in his rules means it's a 30 automatically." Because when he was explaining the rules to the new guy, he was like, and so I think a 20 is a crit. That's right, right? And I'm like, well, I'm like, we can do it that way. I'm like, there's a lot of different rules on it. Because he asked me, checks with me on the rules, because I usually have the book open. And because I can never remember what the rules are. And so I always have to go back and look at the rules while I'm trying to do stuff to determine, I should probably use something else because I'm going to want this stuff with me. But I have to use the rule book because I can't remember. And there's just too many rules. And like you get the basic rules. You run around, you do the basic rules. And like the guy DMing is new to DMing. This is his first time DMing. That's not my issue with what he does. My issue is that he changes the rules usually to favor his guy, and then he relaxes on his cousin. And then when I go to do something with the same rules, he changes up the rules on me, and then says things like, we're gonna follow the rules. Okay, dude, but you just didn't. So you're gonna have to point out to me when the rules are going to work and when they're not, so I know what's going on. You know what? This here probably should have the cyan terracotta running across through here. Oh, really? Can't quite reach it. There we go. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 7. Actually, I might run another layer of this terracotta across through here. I think that might look nice. And then that way I can also seal off the top of this cargo doorway here. But I am going to have to go and get some more terracotta. And so, since I play... Oh yeah, I like that. Since I play the 2 characters, my second character... Like I said, I have never made a long jump in the game before. It has never come up. I have dodged to not fall in pit traps a couple of times, but I've never tried to jump the trap after it's been sprung. And so I guess maybe he had a thing he wanted me to do, and it seemed to me that when all was said and done, what he wanted was for everybody to use these ledges around the pit trap that he described, and I didn't. I tried to jump over it, and so the rules. Remember, we're gonna follow the rules. The rules state. I can't believe you can't just put those in there side by side like that. The rules state that your character, provided they have 10 feet of space to run, can long jump the distance of their strength score. And so... so we're not in combat or anything. So my guy's strength score is currently an 18. So that's 18 feet jump in this game. And so I'm like, I'm just going to jump it because the pit is only about 10 feet across. And I should be able to easily jump over that thing. And he's like, well, what do the rules say? I'm like, well, it says right here. And then I read the rules to him. And he's like, okay. And so then I move my character across the pit. And I'm like, okay, well, I had 10 feet of room. So that's 18 feet I can long jump. And then he's like, well, now I want you to roll a strength check. Now, I get that the DM can do whatever he wants. That's the point of the DM, really, is they can run the rules they want. And I didn't throw a fit. It irritated me a little, but I went ahead, played the game, whatever. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. And so he's like, roll a strength check to see if you can jump that far. I'm like, okay. So I rolled my strength check, and just succeeded whatever number he had decided I had to reach. And he's like, well, you succeed, but it's just you barely succeeded. So I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll a dexterity check, which is way lower on this character, to see if you can grasp the edge of the pit and pull yourself up. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, mister, we're going to follow the rules. That's not how the rules work in this instance. But whatever. So I succeeded on that check. What am I going to do for the roof on this place? What am I going to do for that door on this place? What am I going to do for the other doors on this place? Man, there's so many decisions to make about the way this place looks before I start getting on the stuff on the inside. Okay, door. I'm gonna go with birch, I think. do I have 2 birch doors available? I do. Okay, so let me get these down in here. Alright, let's just go ahead and push this to midnight to finish my recording. It's, I'll tell you what, it's been a long day, and, ain't none of it been what I was trying to do today for sure. I don't remember what I was talking about before I got started here, so you'll have to just forget whatever the end of that story was because yeah, someone came down and asked me to Google something for them. And then stayed down here for close to an hour asking me to make sure that they could do what I Googled for them. I swear, I don't get it. Like, why do you think that my ability to use Google is better than your ability to use Google? I just type in the words you said, and there's the answer, and then I followed the steps. But ooh, we're up to 12. Yay. So, right, roof. What am I going to do for the roof on this place? Yeah, I was going to start working on the kitchen floor, or finish working on the kitchen floor. Start the second half of the kitchen floor, I guess is what I was going to do today. Didn't happen. Instead, last night, earlier in the week, they decided they wanted to get new kitchen faucets, or maybe that was last week. And so they came at the beginning of this week, and I didn't put in the last kitchen faucet. And so, in fact, I don't think I've ever put in a kitchen faucet. I didn't figure it'd be that hard, but, okay. Let's ignore the roof for now, and let's decide what I'm going to do for the wall inside this office. And so that's what I spent my afternoon was trying to figure out how to get the old faucet off. And I finally just decided that I couldn't do it. And that someone else is going to have to do it. Because I don't fit. Like, we got little tiny doors on our cupboard. And there's about 8 to 10 inches of space underneath the garbage disposal. And yeah, I'm a big dude, and my shoulders were too wide to fit inside the cabinet in any direction. So I could get my head and one arm inside the cabinet, but that wasn't inside the cabinet far enough to reach the nut that holds the old faucet in place. And so after 2 hours of various things, I'm like, that's it. I can't do it. You're going to have to get someone else. I told you I didn't want to do it in the first place, but you people don't listen. And then you buy stuff, and then it just sits around, and then you yell at me because I haven't installed it. When I told you I didn't want to do it in the first place, why don't you get somebody to do it? But yeah, so I don't know who installed the first one. I'm guessing it was probably my brother. And of course asking him to run out here on a Friday night isn't going to happen. Luckily one of my friends is stopped by today. And so I asked if he would do it. Because he's like... half a foot shorter than I am, and probably half a foot narrower than I am, at least. Uh, so he should be able to get under there way easier than I would. I couldn't even get my head in there, and like by the time I got my head in place, I got this out here now, and I don't like the color of it. I don't want peach walls. The heck was I looking at in here? Like skin colored. We did our walls up in human flesh. No, that's totally what I just grabbed. It does not look as fleshy in this room. Uh, Maybe I should try the light gray then. It looks like skin to me. I guess almost any of the colors could be skin, technically, depending on what kind of skin you're thinking of, for that matter. Um, but they're really, like I could look at this and think, kind of looks like cocoa powder to me. But there is nothing else that's that color. Actually, that's not even really. I mean, it's not the color of my skin, but it's skin colored, right? Anyways, what about uh? Right. This is what I want. I want a stack of this. I want light gray dye. That's not what I wanted. There we go. We'll get this over here. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow he can make it over and I can fix my sink since I have it mostly tore apart. Oh, and I'll tell you what, this will probably be the story that ends us right here, but I hate working with other people. I hate it a lot. Um, this isn't quite what I was going for either, but I think it'll be okay. And I'll mix in some other colors. I'll actually probably go get that brown. Might look nice in here. Um, and so on top of that, I'm doing a job I don't want to do in the first place, so I am not particularly in a good mood going into this. And I mean, I'm not a yeller or anything, so I don't throw things. I don't throw a fit. It's irritating, and so my answers can be a little short. And but I'm like, I can't reach this and twist this at the same time. Can you get down under here and hold this in place while I try to twist this from above? Or you can try to twist it and I'll hold it in place. And so that's what we did. And so I'm trying to hold it in place, and then he's like, I can't twist it. I'm like, just turn it. It goes all the way around. It won't twist that direction. I'm like, I don't know why they suddenly got a southern accent, but um, uh, yeah, they just would not twist it all the way around. It's not like I hadn't done it 100 times that day, and so I'm like, fine, you get down here and hold it then, and I'll get up there and twist it. Well, it won't twist all the way around. I'm like, well, I don't know what you're trying to twist, but it does definitely twist all the way around because I've done it. Well, it doesn't twist all. Yes, it does. Just stop. Just stop twisting it. I'll come up and look. So I get out from underneath the thing. I got on, like my arm is up over drain pipes, under the dishwasher hose, behind the sink, up amongst the tubes hanging out of the old faucet, And so I unhook my arm from all that, and I get up, and then the other guy, he climbs down. Not my friend who's going to come over tomorrow, because between the two of us, we'll probably have the old faucets out in like 15 minutes, and because he'll be able to fit up in there and actually get a hold of this stupid thing, which I can't reach. I'm like 4 or 5 inches shy because I can't cram up underneath this stupid thing any farther. And but so so he gets down under there, and I'm like, okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me when I twist this, when you can see the screws that I had taken out earlier, and then thought maybe I could use them as a gripping point because I realized the screws didn't hold the sink in. They just stabilized the ring, so if I put them back in the ring, maybe we can hold the screws and make the ring not turn in circles so that the ring will come off, which is holding the faucet in place. And so he gets under there and he's like, well, I see your problem. I'm like, oh, what is it? Because, I thought maybe he had the answer. You got a screw in here still. And I'm like, no, I already had the screws out. I put that one back in so that we'd have something to hang on to with the crap. I forgot the name of that wrench again. Channel locks. And he's like, yeah, but there's a screw in there now. I'm like, yeah, I took all the screws out. I couldn't twist the ring because I couldn't reach it. I put the screw back in because I could reach the screw with the channel locks, but I couldn't get the channel locks to lock on the ring. So I put the screw back in so that it would have something to grab onto. Well, I think your problem is the screw's in there, and I think once you take that screw out, the whole thing will just come out. I'm like, I already had the screws out, and it wouldn't come out. Yeah, but there's a screw in there now, and I think that's what's stopping you from being able to get the whole thing to come out. I'm like, I already had the screws out. I put that one back in so we could grab onto it. Yeah, but the screw's in the way, and I think if you just pull it out, the whole thing will just come loose because I think that screw's holding it in. Holy crap, I just told you I had them all out. I had them out. I'm just saying. No, you're just repeating stupid words after I already gave you the answer. So yeah, that was my afternoon. And then every time I tried to get something else done, other family members have wanted me to help them with stuff pretty much all day. In fact, the last one just left at midnight. And that has been my Friday, where I intended to get a little work done in the kitchen for maybe 3 or 4 hours. And instead I got no work done on the project that they've been yelling at me for, and a new project that they decided to go because, I don't know, they messed up the sink somehow, and I told them I didn't put the sink in, and I wouldn't know how to get it all out, and they should probably ask whoever put not the sink, but the faucet in. I don't think I put the sink in either. I'm pretty sure that's the sink from our old house, and they replaced the sink that was here because they didn't like the new sink because it wasn't as deep as the old sink. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my brother put all that in. Except I have then added the garbage. Well, I didn't add a garbage disposal. I replaced a garbage disposal, and did I replace or did I add? I didn't add. There was already a spot for a dishwasher. I definitely replaced the dishwasher if I didn't add the dishwasher because the people who lived here before took the dishwasher with them. One of those two things happened. I don't remember. Either way, I'm not the one who took it out, who put the new one in, and it sure would have been nice if they'd have got somebody else to come and do it. But that's not the way it works here, and I Can't get them to understand that I shouldn't be responsible for every single thing. Oh, this is another one that's driving me crazy at the moment. I'm waiting for we're in the rainy season at the moment, and we haven't really had any days without some kind of rain. And I need the front or the back porch to dry out a little bit. This has gone on too long. But yeah, there's some water leaking under the door, and so their answer to that was to throw down a towel and not tell me that water was leaking under the door when it was dry. And so then they come to me while it's rainstorming, like, so like for the past 2 months, rain has been coming in under the door, and the floor is getting all wet by the door, and so we've been putting a towel down there, and we just thought you should know, because it's a back door that I never use. And I'm like, okay, so why didn't you tell me that last week or the week before when we had some dry days? Well, I didn't think about it until, we had to replace the towel that's collecting the water that's seeping in under the back door, because whatever is going on there, I don't know. All right. Anyways, with that, I am going to call it a night. So click like if you like. Subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.